we have this diagram. So according to this diagram, that is a circle, right? So this one is a circle, and then there's another one inside the circle. That is what we call it, triangle. Now, what it means is that this is what the question is asking. So we should find the area. So that is the key there, right? So the area of triangle PQR. So PQR. If you are someone who has already been on this channel, you know that we have a short video on this thing. And then, but if you are new here, you may consider subscribing to the channel so that you have a more content like this. So this is a full video of that short part of earlier on. Okay, now what we are going to do here is we want to determine or find the area of the triangle PQR. So these are the informations that we are given. Now your starting point is to know what you have at hand, right? So what I mean by that, we have what PR is a diameter. That is another key word here. So you must know the meaning of what a diameter. So a diameter here, that is a line from one end of the circle, then it must pass through the center. So this point here is my center, right? So assuming this point here, the line has to pass through from one end of the circle. It must pass through the center to the other end, right? If it doesn't pass through the center, then it is not a diameter. Now once you have that, we have this is another notation that's a line PQ that is equal to 15 centimeters, as you can see here, and then this also equal to 8 centimeters. Now you want to determine, these are all the informations that we are given, so you want to determine the area of the triangle PQR. Now here's the secret. One thing about what a diameter was, questions like this is that once you pass it through the center, so that is the diameter, and then you move to the end of the circle, anywhere on the circle, that is you touch the circumference. So once you touch the circumference here, and then you move straight to the other end. Is that okay? Are you trying to get what I'm saying here? So what I'm trying to say is here's a diagram. So if you have this diagram, so this is a diameter. Let's say this is our diameter, right? So once you move from one end of the circle to the other side of the circle, then you must pass through the center. So you are going to form a diameter. So from one end of your diameter, right? So let's say you hit the circle somewhere here. So once you hit the circle somewhere here, then you move straight to the other end, right? So we move straight to the other end. What it means is that you are going to form what a 90 degrees here, right? So always you are going to form a 90 degrees. So what's the condition? The condition says that from the diameter, one end of the diameter must hit the circle, that's the circumference, and then move to the other end of the diameter. So here is going to be a 90 degrees, right? So why are we doing all this? We are doing that in order to find the area of the triangle. So you must know the definitions of the area of the triangle. That says that so this area, so area of a triangle that's going to be 1 on 2. I hope some of you know that is the base, and then multiply by the height, right? So 1 on 2 multiplied by the base. B is the base, and then this is the height of the triangle. So which triangle are we talking about? This is the triangle. So since this side is going to be the 90 degrees, let's redraw the triangle from this part of the circle. So if I redraw this portion here, right? So this type of the triangle here is out. If I redraw this guy, I'm going to have something, let's say something that goes like this. This is a new pen. The pen is not that good, so right. So I'm going to have something that goes like this. Is that okay? So which one? Which side is going to be the 90 degrees here? So this is where the 90 degrees is formed, right? So this part is where the 90 degrees. So that is the Q side. Is that okay? So it's from the Q to the R, the shortest side. That's the 8 cm, the 8 centimeters, and then from Q to P, right? So Q to P, not R to P. Is that okay? Q to P, and that is 15 centimeters. Is that okay? So that tells you clearly that this is going to be our base, and then this is going to be the height of the triangle. Okay, so substitute that into the definitions of the area of a triangle. We have that multiplied by what is the base, 8, and then multiply by what, and 15, right? So you should have your the area of the triangle to be 60. Remember, it's in centimeters, right? So all of them must be in centimeters. 60 centimeters squared or squared centimeters, right? So you remember that is finding the area. You have to make sure that you are having the square attached to that. Now let's have the other two questions that we posted earlier. So this is the second question with this diagram. So this is the diagram that we have here. So now this part has been shaded, right? So the part here has been shaded, and the final question says that you should find the area of triangle. So this is the notations of a triangle EFG. So EF and then G, right? So this portion here, this is the triangle that the question is demanding us to find the area. But what are the information that we have? So that is always your key point. Now this is a quick one here. Now you must always start with the information being given to. So we know that E to F here is 8 centimeters. So from F to G here, this portion is X centimeters, which we don't know the exact figure. Then by from G to 8 here, that was the X plus 2 centimeters, right? So these are the informations that we are giving. Now if the area of the shaded portion is for 40 square centimeters, that is what we have, right? So it means that this portion here gives us what? A 40 squared centimeters. So the shaded portion, that is what we have. Now we want to determine the area of this E, F, and then G. Now all that we know here is that the question says you find the area of a triangle. So you must know the definitions of what? The areas of a triangle. So by the area of a triangle, so this is what you have, right? Area of a triangle. We know that from the previous question that says that 1 on 2 and then the base multiplied by what? The height. Right, so you should know this thing at your disposal before you proceed. Now look at something. If I have, let's say you have a basket, right? So either a bucket or a basket, and then you have something inside the basket. So let's say you put another thing inside the basket. Now once you've taken this thing out of the basket, now you are going to create a space that remains within. Is that okay? Have you seen the picture? So that's just a very simple clear picture that if you take this portion here, then you are going to create a hole inside that. Now how do you determine what remains? So you have to subtract that, this guy, you have to take this guy out for you to determine. This is just, let's bring this down to the portion where you have like someone gives you a $10 and then you buy something like let's say $3 out of the $10. So how did you get what remains? By subtracting, right? So that is how we are going to have $7. That is the scenario in this portion here. So you need to determine the whole amount that you are having and then take what you spend out of that, and then what remains is going to be the shaded portion, right? So that's just a very quick scenario. So now your first starting is to make sure that you are having the area of what? Everything. Now for sure, for you to determine the area of the shaded, that is the portion that we are given. So the area of the shaded portion, so that is the area of the shaded portion, right? So the area of the shaded portion here, you have the shaded portion. So according to this scenario here, this is what remains, right? So you are having the $10 and then you spend like $3, and this is what remains. So how did you get what remains? By subtracting the whole amount that you have, and then this is the whole amount that you have. You have to subtract what you spend from the whole amount that you have to have what remains. So we are going to use that scenario to demonstrate here to have the area of the shaded portion. That's the whole thing subtracted as well what we spent. Is that okay? So with that scenario, that's going to be the area of the whole thing. That's the area of the whole diagram. That is all. So these are symbols of a triangle E, F, and then H, right? So the whole thing minus what you spend. So minus the area of what? That's going to be E, G, and then H, right? So E, G, and H. So here should be E, F. So this is the area. So make sure that you don't miss the letters E, F, and then G, right? So E, F, and G. Have you see? So the whole thing, right? Minus what remains here, give us what? The shaded portion. Is that okay? So this is a very simple and then straightforward to see. So this is the whole diagram that we are giving. So once I subtract this portion here that has not been shaded, I will get what remains. Is that okay? So the whole diagram, that's the E, F, and then H minus this portion here, that is all the E, F, and then G. So that will give me everything here. Right? So that's very, very straightforward by saying that this plus this one here gives me the whole thing. Is that okay? Okay, so perfect. So moving forward here, you just have to substitute and then go straight to the point. So the area of the triangle EF G, that's what you have at the beginning, that the area of the triangle, that's also half base and then multiply by what? The height. So triangle EF and then 8. So which one is going to be the height? So we have 1 on 2, right, and then multiply by, so we have the base, which one, everything at the down here is going to be the base, right? Everything at the down from here to here, that's going to be our base. So we have the x plus what, x plus 2, right? So the s plus what, s plus 2. Is that okay? So everything at the down is going to be what, our base, and then multiply by the height. So that is 8 centimeters. Is that okay? Perfect. So let's move on to the other side. So that is minus what, 1 on 2 EFG. So we have a triangle EF and then G. So EF, so the base, what is the base of this triangle? That is what, x, just x, and then multiply by what, the height, that is what, 8 centimeters. Is that okay? Now remember, what are we looking? So the area of the shaded portion, so that's the area of the shade. So from the question, we are giving the areas of the shaded portion, that is equal to 40 centimeters, right? So I can wipe this guy away. So here, proceeding from this point, so you have, if you're having any question, then make sure that you comment along, right? So that I can walk through again. So maybe I'll redo that in our next video. So if you are gaining some value from this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here, right? So if you're already here, make sure that you hit the notification so that you get notified anytime we upload a new video. Now pay a very close attention with your calculation. So you have 1 on 2, this one will give you 2x plus 2, right? Everything multiplied by 8, right? And then here is going to be, that is 1 on 2, this guy is going to be 8s, right? So from here you do a calculation, right? So make sure that the 8 is multiplying everything. Is that okay? So maybe this guy, someone can go whichever way you want to solve this thing, is your own case, right? So this one can go here into 4, and then the 4 multiply everything here. So here too, we are going to have, that is, this one will cancel, so we have 4x here, right? So according to my calculation here, I have what, at a point where I have 8, that is going to be 8s plus 8, everything minus 4, right? So from this guy here, I came to the point where you have the s to be equal to 8. If you don't know how to solve this, then make sure that you just comment along, right? So once you have the s to be equal to 8, then we are free. We can easily find the area of the required triangle. So this is the required triangle. That says that area of triangle EF and then G. So E, F, and then G. So this is the triangle that the question is asking us to find. So we know that that is what, 1 on 2 multiplied by the height, the base here, that's the x, and then by the height, that is 8 centimeters, right? So we have our x to be equal to 8. So we are just going to replace the s by 8. So by 8, and then what, by 8, and then you have your final answer to be equal to 32 centimeters squared. Is that okay? If you have any question, don't hesitate to comment along so that we are ready to attend to you.